I'm not sure what Sanchez is doing. Well, his first goal for Brighton. It's his first goal in the Premier League, but I don't think he knows a lot about it at the moment. And it will be interesting to see if he is able to continue. Wasn't there, is he? I don't know whether it's foul to the next. Maybe the problem that they're having is in the check division. But, again, what a dream start for Brighton. Early in the game. There's another injury concern for him, though, having had to deal with no Van Hecker, no Veltman. Injection steel.
I see 2 people on. Hello, 2 people. This is my first mobile live. I'm very excited. Recently hit 1K, so now I'm allowed to do mobile lives. Turn this down a bit. You guys should chat something, because I'm wondering if I'm seeing the chat or not. I see a 3rd person. Oh, yay! Okay, great. I have an older phone, so I just hit 1K, so I'm doing my first mobile live, and I'm like, okay, I hope I can see the chats okay on my Android. I'm not vegan, however. Thank you, Garuda Legends. I'm gonna say this. I love being vegan myself, but I'm so put off by people who are vegan and they like pressure or shame other people to be vegan. I just don't think that's the way to go about things. So I'm very much like, you do you. If you're not feeling the vegan lifestyle, you do what you feel like doing. I'm not gonna make anyone feel bad if they don't want to be vegan. Oh, I'm seeing more people. Huh? Oh, I don't think I've seen Mataru Engineering Works before. Can I ask you a question about how your food looks delicious? I mean, I think I just really try to follow the recipe as best as I can. Oh my god, there's 28 people here. This is crazy. You guys, I've never had this many people in a live before. This is so cool. Oh geez, now I need to actually pay attention to the chat. This is so crazy. I feel like I've been doing desktop lives for the longest time, and it's a pretty small crowd because I think that format just isn't as great. Sorry, I'm gonna turn down my TV. I'm watching soccer right now. Huge soccer fan, but now I want to actually answer your questions. So Garuda Legends, I just follow the recipe and I try to have good lighting so that, you know, the food looks good when I take the picture or like a video shot of it. Welcome, Matharu Engineering Works. I don't think you've been in my lives before. Captain Haddock, my channel is mostly focused on vegan food. So I cook vegan food, I bake vegan food, I love making desserts, I love chocolate. But there's also some personal vlogs, like I love documenting my birthdays. I recently did my 31st birthday vlog, which was really fun, a couple weeks ago. And I also love distance running. So I've documented some marathons that I've run. My sister and I are actually doing a 10-mile race next weekend. So there's mostly vegan food, but then there's also personal stuff and running / fitness. Hi, I don't know if it's Decon or Deccan, but hello. Kissed it. Oh, cool. Carmelo Petorniti. Kiss dall'Italia. I think that means kiss from Italy. Hello. Ravi, you're vegetarian. Nice. You missing out on all the fried chicken, girlfriend. Okay, another thing you should know about me, Christian Rasta. Okay, so I decided to go vegan at age 18. Um, Before that, I literally grew up eating everything. I'm talking like bacon, deli meat, pastrami, Swiss cheese. We didn't eat like some of the like organ meat. My parents just weren't about that. But I mean, I can still remember how things like cottage cheese tastes, salmon, McDonald's cheeseburgers, chicken nuggets. Were I loved chicken nuggets growing up. So I remember what fried chicken tastes like, even though I don't eat it anymore. And I will say it was really tasty. Don't get nervous. I don't feel too nervous. My beer looks delicious. Read tarot card. I actually don't have any tarot cards. Mahesh Melikar. Are you the sister? Running Man. I wonder if you're, I think you're referring to my sister's channel. She has a wonderful channel called, I think it's at Rachel Gore. And she does like beauty, mostly hair. We both have really curly hair. I mostly wear my hair up though, so, you might not know, but it is curly. But yes, my sister has an awesome channel. Tukir Ahmed Khan. How old are you? If you go to my channel, I recently did a birthday episode, so you can find out how old I am. The restaurant sold monkey meat for $51 per dish. Wow. That is not any kind of meat I grew up eating. I don't eat steak, no, e.g. So you are vegan? Yes. Vienna Shannon, I am vegan. Okay. And I understand not everyone is on board with veganism. Totally fine. It's not for everyone. My parents are not vegan. They had no interest in going vegan when I told them I wanted to go vegan. So that's totally fine. I love Twisted Sister. Have you ever heard about me, eaters like me who make delicious food that happens to be vegan? Yes, I have. Absolutely. I mean, there were a lot of dishes I could think of that I grew up eating, like my dad's cuisine. My dad is Ethiopian, and a lot of their dishes are naturally vegan. They don't have any meat, and they don't have any dairy products, and no eggs. So there were a lot of dishes, luckily, I was able to still keep eating that I loved growing up that just happened to be vegan. Presley Longfellow, you look so pretty, can I marry you? Thank you, Presley. I love your freckles. Thank you. I love when people point out my freckles because I don't know. I think I get so used to them being there that I kind of they become invisible. Like I forget that they're there. Hey Hannah, you like bacon? And Presley scared me. I don't eat bacon anymore, but when I was growing up and would eat bacon, I absolutely loved bacon. I loved eating it for breakfast, and I loved eating bacon in BLT sandwiches. Decon, I hope I'm saying that right. Hi. So do you feel physically worse now that you don't get the proper amounts of minerals and vitamins that meat provides? I mean, I've been vegan now for so many years. I mean, it's been over, 12 years now. Feel great. I'm still able to like run long distances, compete in marathons, get great sleep. I do take a vitamin every day just to kind of cover my bases, but I'll just say that I think for me personally, it's worked great. I would let you watch Melly cook vegan. Okay. Ooh, is that? I wonder if that's I'm gonna guess that this is Japanese, although I'm not great at distinguishing between alphabets that aren't like A to Z alphabet, so I don't know what language that's in. Bad Barbie. The real creative minds. I thought you were bad Barbie. I probably would be good Barbie. I grew up loving Barbie, and I had many Barbie dolls. Actually, my favorite ever present that I got as a kid was a Barbie Dream Hotel. It was like huge. It had multiple levels. It was pink. My favorite color is pink. I just love pink. So yes, I love Barbie. Why are you not talking about my question, NBA Youngboy? I think I must have missed your question. You can type it in again. Captain Haddock, I'm 30% vegan. Nice. I mean, you do whatever you wish. I am not here to judge. Lee Kendrick Winston, do I have another phone? I don't know. Peace and joy. Hi. Hello. So good to see you here. I hope things are going well out in California. And be a young boy. I must be missing your question. I've seen that comment twice. Christian Rasta. What is your favorite vegan dish? Okay, well, my favorite food in the whole wide world is Ethiopian food. So my favorite vegan dish probably has to be Ethiopian red lentils. They're so good. They're so spicy, super flavorful. The color is pretty. So I would say my favorite vegan dish is Ethiopian red lentils, to put it on the record. I don't think she ever reads YouTube's chat. I do read the chat, Fishy, on M3. I'm very new to mobile live, so I am doing my best to keep up with the chat. Dr. Leo. I tried to be vegan 1 year ago and feel me so skinny, but it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I personally love it. I love being vegan, but I know people who have tried veganism and it really wasn't for them, and they just, they went back to whatever diet they had before. So whatever works for you is my philosophy. And be a young boy. Hello. I'm not into the health about veganism. Look up Clayton Road now. Peace and joy. Yes, thanks. All is blessed. How about you over there? It's a beautiful day. It's been a little bit warm in Minneapolis. So for those of you who are new here, I live in the beautiful city of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And yeah, it's like sunny. It's been like in the 70s and 80s. We have Fahrenheit over here, so I don't know what that would be in Celsius. But yeah, I have a nice window that brings in a lot of light. So love the weather. It's slowly turning into fall though here. So we're starting to get like trees changing color with red leaves, orange leaves, golden leaves. It's very beautiful, and fall is my absolute favorite season. Let's see. And be a young boy. How was your day today? My day has been terrific. So it's, I know some of you are in different time zones. For some of you, it might even be a different day. But here in Minnesota, it's Saturday. Gosh, is it September like 20? This is embarrassing. I should know the date. It's Saturday, September 28th, right? Yeah, 28th, and it's 5:23 p.m. I got up this morning and I got coffee with my lovely sister. Her name is Rachel, and she has a YouTube channel called Rachel Gore. So you should go and support her channel as well. She makes great content, and she and I are both based here in Minneapolis. So I got up and just got coffee with her, and we hung out for a few hours. I'm still drinking coffee. This is a different one. But yeah, it's been a very sleepy, relaxed Saturday for me, which is what I need because I was very behind on sleep and needed to catch up. So I got like 10 hours of sleep. Okay, I think if I tell you how I can cook a meal for a beautiful woman like you, would you accept me as I'm guessing, chef? I'm not currently looking for a chef, but I admire people who can cook food. Bro, look up Clayton Road. Okay, I'll make a note of that. I keep a note of like things that people bring up in my YouTube chats. Nice, glad to hear. Possibly maybe in the end of October, I might be going on the road solo from here all the way to the East Coast. Wow, good for you. I personally, so growing up in the Midwest, I feel like a lot of people just drive everywhere because our cities aren't super close together like they are in like the East Coast. So for example, growing up, we would do road trips down to Chicago, Illinois from up here in Minnesota, and it would be like 6.5 hours drive. But I mean, my family, we've driven all the way to Connecticut from Minnesota. We went to Vegas one year, and San Francisco. So I love road trips. That is actually my favorite way to travel, is on the road. It's 5:23. It's the scariest road ever. Yeah, road tripping is just so fun. I love it. I love seeing everything on the way to your destination. And it kind of forces you to keep yourself occupied going on road trips. I'm 38. I can cook food. I learned how to cook vegan food. Oh, cool. For 3 years. That's very nice. Yeah, honestly, vegan food, it depends on how like complicated you want your dish to be, but I tend to eat just like a lot of veggies, a lot of beans, some breads. Like, here's an example. I recently made a baked potato. Actually, it was yesterday. I just made some baked potatoes, and I like was eating this one, and it just has some like red cabbage on it with some salt and pepper and vegan cream cheese. So I tend to keep it pretty simple with my meals. And that's just worked for me. Okay, I think I read that comment. Okay, I think I'm caught up on comments. So if I missed yours, or if you asked a question, just type it again and I will get to it. I'm just folding some laundry. It's one of those things that I have to do on the weekends because I just don't have enough time to get around to it during the week. And I had a really busy week at work in a good way, but I just, I did not have the energy to do my laundry when I was working, because I would get done with work and I'm like, okay, I want to go outside, I want to run, I want to eat some food, and then I just want to relax. I don't want to do laundry. I want vegans to eat homemade food than fake food from a lab. Yeah, honestly, I think whole foods are a great way to go. Even I'm not even talking like eating vegan, because I think there are some non-vegan foods that are whole foods and you can get a lot of nutrition from them, like eggs or cheese. But yeah, I think just homemade food, try to limit the chemicals, try not to eat something processed. There's an example that I like to use where, you might have a cookie, like an Oreo cookie, and technically that's vegan. But I would say you're better off from a nutrition standpoint, in my opinion, if you were to eat just like a grilled piece of chicken or a piece of salmon, as opposed to a sugary cookie that's vegan. So I think there are definitely ways to eat really unhealthy as a vegan. I think one of the pitfalls is like, if you're only eating processed carbs like pasta, donuts, sandwich bread, cookies, just, and you're completely forgetting to actually try to eat veggies. I think you got to be careful. And I think you have to use common sense too. Like, is this really healthy, or is this kind of just fitting into my rule book, but it's not actually that healthy? But yeah, I am all about common sense, and people should do what they want to do. And nothing should be like forced on anyone. Ooh, I'm currently watching a replay of a soccer game that played this morning. For those of you watching, I am obsessed with the British Premier League. We call it soccer in the US, but people would call it football everywhere else. And I just love watching the Premier League. Oh my God, my team that I'm rooting for is about to take a penalty kick. Come on, dude. Please score. It's Chelsea. That's the team that I'm rooting for. Come on, buddy. Just scored. 2-1. Nice work, buddy. I'm currently watching the Chelsea-Brighton football match, soccer match, that played this morning over in London. And the guy who just scored is Cole Palmer. He's fantastic. And that's something I love about the weekends, is just watching Premier League games. It's so fun. I should have put like a question in the chat here. I don't know how to do it on mobile. Still figuring it out. Like a survey question. Oof. I was thinking about going live tomorrow. Up until now, I've done all of my lives in my kitchen, and I usually have just cooked food of some kind, made smoothies, etc. in the kitchen. But honestly, like, this is really fun too. Just hanging out on my couch. So maybe I'll go live tomorrow. Maybe I'll just use my phone instead of my laptop for the live tomorrow. Oh, I know what question I should ask all of you. Let me just put it in the chat if I can figure it out. Let's see. How to add a survey question. Feel free to help me out, guys. I am figuring this out as I go. Oh my god, Chelsea just scored again! Same guy. Same guy who just scored the penalty kick. He's crushing it. Okay, I'm not finding where to put a question. Also, I feel like I haven't seen questions come through, so I'm hoping my phone isn't like failing you guys. Feel free to comment, like, in case there's like a backup or something. Okay, I'm gonna be getting an iPhone very soon, so very excited for that upgrade. Okay. Survey question, no, not that. Dang, you guys, I am not sure where to ask questions. Wonder if, oh, start a poll, here we go. Yes, start a poll. I'm gonna ask you guys what day you would prefer me to go live the most. Which day would be, let's see, which day should I go live? I'm just gonna do all the days of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and oh shoot, is it only letting me do 4 options? This sucks. Oh, dang. Let me redo this then. Let me think. Hmm. Also feel free to put it in the chat too, if there's a certain day of the week that would work best. Okay, I'm gonna do Monday, Tuesday. Oh, shoot. Okay. Bear with me here, people. So I would either want to go live on Mondays, Tuesdays. Good Lord, this game is nuts. It just went to 3-2. Wow. I feel like I look away for a second and they score another goal. Thursday or Saturday, let's say. Okay. What day should I go live? Next. Oh, my phone. Oh, this is killing me. This is so frustrating. Now I don't think I can see your chats. So frustrating. I wonder if I exit this. Oh, messages. Okay, wow. Oh my god, I missed so many. Ah! You guys, this is so embarrassing. I'm like mad struggling here. I'm exposing myself. Okay, let me catch up on your comments first. Yikes. I missed a lot of this. So frustrating. Come on, man. Okay, I'm gonna end the poll so I can see you guys. Okay, here we go. I missed so many. I'm so sorry. Okay. I am master of salad sauce. Great. I will have to let you be my woman in beach volleyball. CL Hinton, hello. So good to see you. Sorry, I just was like struggling big time with figuring out the poll. I think I just closed it. I'm gonna redo it. Young NBA young boy. Very sweet. CL Hinton, what's up? What are you watching? What are we watching you do? This is like my first mobile live, so I'm literally just like here in my living room. I actually was like folding some laundry. I'm watching a soccer game that I recorded this morning, so it's kind of just like hanging out. I'm not making anything right now, but I think I am gonna go live tomorrow. And I'm thinking of maybe roasting some veggies. We'll see. So currently not really doing much. All right, Garuda Legends. Do you have a man or are you single? Okay, rules. I should post this somewhere, but I feel like for my chats, I'm not gonna do like, I don't want to have politics, no personal info, and there's a third thing. Oh, just like, yeah, like relationship stuff. Hannah normally responds to our chat, so it's my phone, for sure. Okay, CL Hinton, I'm finally getting to your comment. Hannah normally responds to our chat, so YouTube might be messing with her or her phone. I'm blaming my phone. I have an ancient Android phone, literally an Android, or it's like a Samsung Galaxy S8, I want to say. I got this phone back in I think it was like February of 2018. So I've had this phone now for over 6 years, and I am just about to get the iPhone 16. I'm so excited for the upgrade because I feel like I've really used this app, or not this app, I've used this phone as much as I possibly could. So I think it is my phone that's messing with you guys. Sorry for getting to your chat comments so slow. So I've heard in your state you have to remove snow from the roof. That's a great question, Wendy. I have never lived in a place where I had to remove the snow myself. My childhood home had a roof that was slanted, so the snow would just kind of fall off itself. Um, so yeah, I know some people go up on their roofs and remove snow, but it's just like something luckily I've never had to deal with. And I really don't know. I think some people just take a ladder and they prop it against their house and they just shovel off the snow, but that's super dangerous. Okay. Now I'm getting to your responses to the question I was asking, which is which night of the week you would prefer. So I'm hearing Monday from NBA Youngboy, Monday night and Thursday night from Garuda Legends. Monday, Thursday, or the weekend. Okay, this is great. Thursday. Okay. I hate to admit, it's my weakness. This is really cool. I just like hanging out with you. I love it too. It's really fun. Oh my gosh. Hi, Rosemary. It's so good to have you here. I get asked this quite a bit. I currently don't have an Instagram, and I know I need to have an Instagram. I'm so late to the party. There's something about the platform I never like it just never like drew me in. I feel like I had Facebook. I'm a millennial, so like pretty much everyone I knew in school and outside of school had Facebook. So I have Facebook, I have YouTube, but I don't have Instagram. And I think honestly, I'm just gonna jump into the Instagram game because why not? It doesn't hurt. It's fun. I have an Instagram account so that I can like see what my friends are up to, look at their baby photos, wedding photos, vacation photos, like just keep up with my friends who mostly use Instagram because, I don't want to miss out on their life. But personally, I just have never felt the need to like have an active Instagram. But people have been asking me, and I think it's time to finally just have an Instagram connected to my YouTube account. So, hello, Rosemary. So good to have you here. Welcome. Yes, freckles. These are a gift from my mom. I just love, love, love having freckles. I think they're so fun. Hi, John. So good to have you here. It's my first mobile live. You probably noticed I'm not on my desktop screen. I do like this, like vertical phone video format better. I'm late as well, so I'm learning. Yeah, seriously. I feel like there's so much to learn with different social media platforms. My sister and I were talking about Twitch, and I think it'd be really fun to have a Twitch account, or a Twitch channel. I don't even know what you call it, but just, I don't know. I don't know what I would do on Twitch because I'm not much of a gamer, but I've watched people do like handcrafts on Twitch, and it's really cool to watch. So I don't know. I might like bake stuff. I think I could see myself doing like cooking and just filming like kind of a vertical bird's eye shot of stirring something or decorating cookies, something like that. I don't have TikTok. I can get behind opening up an Instagram account. Something about TikTok though, I watch a lot of TikTok videos through YouTube because a lot of creators will just carry over their content between YouTube and TikTok. But I find that the like short form, like just scroll, 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 I don't know, it's just I don't really like it that much. So I don't see myself having a TikTok. There's also been this like proposal in the United States to ban TikTok. And I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but I remember hearing that there was like a law that was brought up that potentially would ban TikTok, and I was like, that would suck if I invested a bunch of time into creating a TikTok account and then it like was banned in the United States. So I've been a little bit hesitant to start a TikTok just because of that potential ban. Thank you, Garuda Legends. Yeah, okay. Thank you, John. I feel like um I was so excited to hit 1K subscribers for so many reasons. It's really fun to see that number go from like, 750, 860, it's ticking up and then you're getting up into the upper 900s and then it just changes to a 1 with a K. And I was like, "Oh, this is so exciting." And then with YouTube, the reason I was doing all of my live streams from my desktop camera is because YouTube does not let you go live from a mobile device until you have 1,000. So that's why I'm doing this live on my phone. Is it's like literally the first time I've been able to do mobile because I just crossed 1K like yesterday. It's super exciting. Does Rachel have freckles too? Oh yeah, totally. You should go over to Rachel's channel if you're curious. Her channel is Rachel Gore. Let me just put this. Can I put this in the chat? Oh my gosh, you guys, I feel like I'm such a millennial boomer. Sometimes I'm like, can I do this with technology? uh, I don't know how. I don't want to mess with my phone because it's a little bit like ancient. But my sister's channel is Rachel Gore, RACHELGOOR, like door, but with a G. And she has freckles in literally the same area as I do, just like across our the middle of our face. So, yes, we have freckles. I'm willing to go vegan. Go for it. And if you like it, that's awesome. If you don't like it, go back to whatever you would like to eat. Random person here, what are we talking about? I've just been responding to all the chats. Zachary, love lady, I'm talking to you. Literally just responding to people's comments in this chat. This is my first mobile live. Some people are regulars who I recognize here. But yeah, I'm literally just like reading the chat and responding to what people are saying. Oh my God, I would love to knit along with you on Twitch. Yeah, I was talking to my sister because she is like very keen on setting up a Twitch, and I think she has already. So she kind of got my head, or like I was like thinking like, oh, what could I do on Twitch that would be like just something I already like to do, would be fun to share with people and kind of connect it to my YouTube channel. So, yes, TBD, that's kind of like in the works right now. Zachary, love lady, welcome. Just got here. I figured I'd go live. I was hanging out at home watching a soccer game right now. My team is winning 4-2, which is awesome. But yeah, I was kind of just like sitting here doing some laundry, drinking some coffee, eating food, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do my first mobile live because this is like the perfect thing to do on a Saturday evening. So here we are. Hannah, would you want to network with me? I don't know. I'm just kind of like build mode with YouTube. So I'm like, I don't know. I would say like table that for now. Just because I'm literally like, I'm still learning as I go in the moment. Is this a vegan channel? It is a vegan channel, Zachary. Yes. I cook vegan food. I make vegan desserts. So I would say like primarily it's vegan food, but I also feature running content because I enjoy distance running. I have run 3 marathons at this point. I'm running one next year. So I document some running stuff. My sister and I are going to be doing a 10-mile race in a week from tomorrow, here in Minneapolis. Beautiful, beautiful course. I've done it twice. So I like to feature like fitness, mostly like running stuff, and then some personal vlogs too. Like I've done Vlogmas for the last 3 years. Just outings with my family or trips I've gone on to like Atlanta or Denver. So yes, there's like a mix of stuff, but it's mostly vegan stuff. 420 blazed. Whoa, that is so cool. I can't remember I don't know what you're referring to because it was probably just while we were chatting about lots of different stuff. Rachel Gore. So Garuda Legends, it's Rachel, and then you almost have it right, but instead of door, it's Gore with a G instead of a D. Yep. Okay, CL Hinton put that in there. My favorite soccer team is Chelsea. I love them. So for those of you who don't know, the British like top tier of soccer, there's 20 teams. Some of them are pretty famous. There's like Manchester City, Manchester United, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea. I just grew up, my dad is a super big fan of Chelsea. They're based in London, so I kind of grew up rooting for them. I also really love Arsenal though. People are like, how could you like both of those teams? Because they're like London rivals. A lot of fans hate each other. I just love both of those teams. So Chelsea FC is my soccer team. The fact I told you and you didn't block me means I am happy to make vegan food. Chelsea, yes, I'm into Chelsea. She did make a potato salad, goodness. Garuda Legends, be right back. Okay. All right. Oh, phone. See, this is where the comments, I can't read any further, and now I'm like, oh God, is my phone like hiding them from me? Okay, I'm gonna scroll back up and just kind of revisit what you guys said. I heard Monday a lot for lives, Thursday, weekend. Okay, that's really helpful to hear. Because sometimes I've gone live and I'm like, I just don't know if this is a good time or a good day for people. Okay, great. I have comments coming in. Perfect. Oh, half the time I'm like so suspicious of my phone. I'm like, there's gremlins in my phone and they're hiding texts from me. I've had some texts that like didn't make it through to friends. And then they're like, hey, Hannah, what happened? And I was like, didn't you get my text message? And they're like, no, I haven't heard from you in days. And I'm like, dang it. Ah, old phone. Old phone problems. Potato salad. I must have missed something. She did make a potato salad. No, that was actually the end of the comments. Okay, great. Great. Thank you for letting me know, CL Hinton. That's a relief. Peace and joy. You know, it's so different. Everybody has different schedules. Probably it's all good, but especially after work hours. Yeah, I don't think I would ever go live Monday through Friday anytime before 5 p.m. I would probably wait until the evening just because I know people work and sometimes they work late. So, yes, it just, I'm trying to catch people when they have time to just hang out. Ooh, my arm is getting quite tired. I'm gonna set my phone down and hopefully that doesn't affect anything. Yeah, I'm very excited to get my new iPhone. It's gonna be so crazy. I actually have never had an iPhone ever. My favorite is West Ham. Nice. Okay. The person who started the soccer program where I went to college used to play for them. No way. That is so cool. I like watching West Ham. I think West Ham is really fun. I think they're the ones at their stadium, they blow bubbles on the sideline and whenever West Ham scores, and I think that is so cute that they do that. So I do like West Ham. My favorite player on West Ham is Jared Bowen. I think there's a few others. Oh, what's his name? I think he might have been on Chelsea. Kurt Zuma. I think Kurt Zuma is on West Ham too. Yeah, I'm like, I would say during Premier League season, which is like August through May, such a highlight of my weekends is looking forward to the games that are going to be played and just kind of seeing who's going to score, seeing the matchups, who is playing where. Yeah, very fun. Bowen and Zuma are awesome, right? I know. Kurt Zuma, like I remember when he was at Chelsea and I really liked him and I was bummed when he left. And I didn't know where he went initially, but then I was watching West Ham and I saw Kurt Zuma and I was like, oh, he used to be our guy. So sad. If only I knew even one single thing about sports games. I mean, sports aren't for everyone. Also, just it depends on how you want to spend your free time. Like I have some friends and they're like, I would never spend a minute of my time watching sports in my free time. I would want to do like arts and crafts. I would want to go to a concert. I'd want to work out. I'd want to do this and that. It's, so sports aren't for everyone. I just grew up playing them and watching a lot of soccer. So I just tend to know a lot about the Premier League players because I watch them every single weekend. And I try to watch as many of the games that I can. I have the Peacock streaming app. I had it for the Olympics, but they also show the Premier League soccer games on Peacock, and they do a great job of like, if you're tuning in like halfway through the game, they'll play like the replays of the highlights of the game that you missed. So yeah, it's really fun. I just love soccer so much. I don't play it anymore as an adult. I played it all the way like up through college, but watching it really is so fun. And I love I love the different teams. I love the players. They're from everywhere. So many different countries. It's crazy. So crazy. The video of the semi-woman sitting on a beanbag with an instrument. Semi-woman sitting on a beanbag with an instrument. I don't know. That doesn't, I mean, I don't know what you're looking at, Guru the Legends. The jury's out on that one. All right. This is really fun. I love mobile lives. Super, super fun. It's such a treat getting to do mobile lives, honestly. Like, I don't know. I like the format more. I would watch a lot of Rachel's lives because she hit 1K before I did, so she would be doing mobile lives, and it was helpful to see like how she was doing them. Rachel's doing beauty vids. Yeah, so my sister does curly hair. So we have like thick, I would say like thick curly hair, and she does these videos of like how I styled my hair and the products I use, and she might do, I think she has some makeup ones too, I'm not sure, but yeah, it's like mostly beauty stuff. Hi, Michael Corleone. Good to see you. Welcome to my first mobile live. I'm not cooking anything for a change. It's literally just hanging out, watching soccer, and chatting with people. Send her link. I might found the one. Sorry. Yeah, it's been a really nice Saturday. I was actually hanging out with Rachie this morning. We just went and got coffee, and we're hanging out for like hours, just chatting about everything. And then okay, so cool. She is going to a party tonight for a friend that recently became an American citizen. And so they're throwing, like, his partner is throwing an all-American kind of party. So it's like, please come dressed in red, white, and blue, or anything that's like super American. So we were talking about like, what could you wear or bring that's super American? And it's like cowboy hat, cowboy boots, Statue of Liberty, Uncle Sam top hat, overalls, denim. Very funny. Hannah, have you ever watched The Godfather? No, I have not watched The Godfather. I know, it's one of those, everyone gasps. They're like, you haven't seen The Godfather? No, I would watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it. Where did the person come from to become American citizen? I believe the person, her friend who is now an American citizen, came from West Africa. Garuda Legends. Hannah, are you single? So as of now, I'm just staying on my lives. I'm not touching on politics, relationship, personal stuff, or like identifying things, like full names of like family, friends, just for like keeping it limited to like the channel content. What kind of coffee do you like? From Wendy. I love all kinds of coffee. I'm trying to think of a kind of coffee I actually wouldn't drink. So currently, for example, this is like Folgers coffee. Literally like a dry powder mixed coffee because I had it on hand. Nothing fancy. I just heated up some water and stirred in the Folgers powder. And it's decaf too because I try to not drink caffeine after 12 o'clock noon so that I sleep better, because I will stay up super late if I drink coffee really late in the day. But I would say my favorite thing to order at a coffee shop is an iced latte with almond milk. No flavoring, nothing fancy. Maybe an extra shot of espresso because I love the bitter taste of espresso. But for example, today when I got coffee with my sister, Rachie, I just got a single shot of espresso. So I can drink like really plain coffee, black drip coffee, cappuccinos, lattes, Americanos, Folgers. I mean, literally like the unfanciest kind of coffee. I love coffee so much. I drink it every single day. I'm obsessed with it. I get the Corleone name, and I've never seen the trilogy because people keep ruining the end for me. Isn't The Godfather the one with the classic scene where the guy is going into bed and there's the horse head? I feel like that's from. Wait, hold on. Yeah, it's the God. I think I get The Godfather and The Sopranos mixed up all the time because in my head I'm just like, okay, they're both like Italian mafia, like stylish, classic shows slash movies. So I get things mixed up. Can you wash your hair? I washed my hair a few days ago. It's just a little fuzzy because I didn't style it today. Seal Hinton. Luckily, I have a terrible memory and will be surprised once I get around to watching The Godfather. Yeah, I know I'll watch it at some point. It's one of those things that's like, I don't know. It's out there. I know about it. Similar to like The Notebook. That's a classic movie, super dramatic, super famous. I just have never watched it. I've never gotten around to it. All the food I cook is super healthy. Nice. I mean, I try to cook as healthy as I can, but every so often I'm like, this is going to be one of those days where I'm just eating for enjoyment. I'm not too worried about healthiness. You can make yourself another celebration cake. Okay, I love that you said that, C.L. Linton, because I already know what I'm doing for my 1K subscriber special. I'll tell you this. I decided to do another cake, and it's a autumn themed cake. I literally was on Amazon like 2-3 days ago ordering supplies for making my 1,000 subscriber special cake. And I wanted to do something that's like festive and kind of seasonal because I love this time of year, and this happens to be the time of year when I hit 1K. So yes, stay tuned for my 1,000 subscriber special because I'm planning on dropping that like in the next, I would say 2 weeks, because I still need to film it and then edit it, upload it, which takes time because I also have other things I want to film. So yes, I'm so excited to make it. It's gonna be so fun. So those are my hints to you about what to expect for my 1K subscriber special, but I won't share any more. I'll leave it as a mostly surprise cake. Let's see. I'll be there with the bells on. Yay! I love that. That's a great question, Wendy. How long did it take you to get 1K? So, it took me 4 years. However, because I think a lot of people would be like, oh my God, that's such a long time to get to 1K. But honestly, so I started my channel in September 2020, and all the way up until this year, so like, all of 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023, that whole period, I was not like consistent. I was not niching down. It was literally like a personal vlog diary. So I wasn't trying at all to grow. I wasn't consistent with posting. I didn't have a theme. I wasn't making food every week. It was just kind of like hodgepodge, like this is what I'm doing this week. This is what I'm doing this week. This is a trip I'm going on. So I like wasn't trying for the first like pretty much 4 years, or sorry, 3 years of my YouTube channel. And then this year, I literally made it a New Year's resolution going into 2024, where I was like, okay, I want to be consistent with YouTube. I want to have a theme. I want people to know exactly what I make. I want my thumbnails to look consistent. And I just want to try. I actually want to try to grow my channel and focus on that. And I wasn't doing shorts before 2024, so that's a new thing I did this year. I never went live before this year. So I would say starting this year, I was at like maybe, I don't know, like 250 or 300 subscribers. And then I noticed a ton of growth with consistency, regular uploads, consistent thumbnails, doing YouTube shorts, and doing YouTube lives. So I feel like getting to 1K, I could have gotten to 1K way, way, way faster if I had been really consistent from the very first day. But that just wasn't a priority for me up until now. And then it was up until this year, I should say. So I think if you want to grow super fast from the get-go, just be consistent and have a variety of long-form YouTube shorts and live videos on your channel. That would be my advice. You're being inappropriate. A female you can collaborate with who's vegan. Cool. Very cool. Collaborating is fun.
Now, at Verizon Business, every business gets the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence. Yes, we mean every business. Current? For sure. Returning? Get back here. New? Let's do it. Everyone.
Sure, Garuda, you can drop her name in the chat.
Intelligence on us. The ultimate iPhone.
Yeah, I like hearing. I follow actually quite a few channels that are plant-based, vegetarian, gluten-free, whatever. There's a really great creator I found. I think she's like, oh my goodness. I want to say she has like at least 100,000 subscribers, but I think she might be larger than that. And she's actually based in Sweden. And she documents the vegan food that she makes. What's the score now? Great question. They're currently at halftime. They're about to show the score again, but it's funny. I've been kind of watching back and forth. Momentarily, I will be able to confirm the score. I think it's 4-2. And this is a replay because London, of course, is like 6 hours ahead of where I'm at in the US. Oh, sweet. Okay. I just love this young guy on Chelsea. He is crushing. He's doing so well. He's like 22 or something. Unbelievable. I mean, signed some mega contract. I think they were saying he's like waving up at his mom. So, yeah, big fan. So, just about to kick off for the second half, and the score is 4-2. So, Chelsea is at 4, and their opponent is Brighton Hove Albion, and they're at 2. So, love to see it. I think they can hold on, but I've said this many times before, and then they just squander their lead and they lose. So, I would say don't hold your breath for a Chelsea victory, because I have been disappointed many, many times by Chelsea. It's very unfortunate. I just love this, guys. I love this live vibe. I don't know if I'm gonna go back to desktop lives. I actually have my computer right over here. I was working on some stuff, but this is like what I've filmed from in the past for my lives. But it's a lot less clunky doing a live from your phone because it's so easy to pick up. Do you watch other sports? Gosh, good question. I do watch American football. So I enjoy watching, like I watch every Super Bowl that happens I think it's in February. So I do enjoy watching American football. That's probably the only sport that I consistently watch. Occasionally I'll watch like track and field. I'll watch gymnastics. But yeah, it's really just, I would say definitely soccer, 100%. That's the top sport I watch. And then occasionally American football, and then occasionally track and field. It's called Cooking Vegan with Jamie. Very cool. I will check out Jamie's channel. Yeah, you can send her a link, just in case I'm not able to find her. I'm wondering if, yeah, I'm thinking about going live tomorrow, but I'm not sure. TBD. I'm working on my hair while watching your live. I get tired of dealing with it. I think I'm going to just sister lock it again. Oh, okay. I mean, like, the thing is, okay, I've had this kind of thought in my head. I would love at some point to like wear my hair down curly just so you can see it. I mean, if you see my sister's channel, Rachel Gore, you'll see, I mean, our hair is very similar, so you'll see what it looks like. It's like curly mixed hair. And I love my hair so much, but I call this my efficiency bun because I try to be as efficient as I can with my time, especially working full time. So it takes a long time to style my hair and get it the way that I want. And this bun literally takes me 5 minutes to just gather my hair, put it in a ponytail, and then wrap it into a bun. So that's why you always see me in a bun hairstyle, because at this point in my life, I don't want to be spending 1.5 to 2 hours styling my hair and getting it ready for the day. Wendy says, I've been doing laundry and processing apples today. Nice. Okay, that makes two of us because I'm literally folding my laundry. This is my running pile. I have my shorts and then my running shirts over here. And then I've got some towels that I'm gonna fold at some point, and then I've just been folding a lot of socks. Bookworm22, hello! I don't recognize you from previous lives. Apologies if you've been in other lives of mine, but it's good to see you here. This is just something I thought I would do on a Saturday evening here. So, welcome to the chat. Processing apples today. Yeah, that's a great question. When you say processing apples, it makes me wonder, like, are you blending them down for something or chopping them up for like a pie or a strudel or something? It's my first live. I'm always in your sister's lives. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I absolutely love when there's crossovers. Like, I've had people come from Rachel's side of life, from her channel, over to mine, and I've had the same thing happen where people from my community or who were here first find her channel too, and they cross over. So I love that. I think that's really fun. So very fun to have you here, Bookworm. I love that you now have experienced both of our channels. That's really funny. Zachary, you seem like a very sweet person. I hope your channel grows and you have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you, Zachary. I try to be a nice person. I'll put it that way. I try to be nice to everybody. And yeah, it's been really great. It's been honestly so exciting watching my channel grow. I never honestly thought I would be at 1K this quickly after deciding to like niche down and be consistent. So I'm thrilled that I finally get to do mobile lives. It's so, because it is a lot of work. It's a grind to consistently upload content and grow your channel and get to 1,000. And finally crossing that mark, I'm like, oh, this is the best. I'm so glad I made it here. Because there were many times I just did not feel like filming content. I didn't feel like editing or uploading. So, yes. Love it. I hope you have a great rest of your day too, Zachary. Thank you for stopping by. I hope I see you in more lives. Wendy, I am freezing them. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. You make apple butter. I've never made apple butter in my life, but I would love to. I've had apple butter many times, and it's so, so good. I'll add that to my list, actually, of vegan recipes to feature on my channel. Right? I know. I wish I had some apple butter right now. It's so good. I've never ever made it for myself, but I've had it plenty of times. And it's perfect for the autumn, too. The autumn season. You're the first American I've heard call it autumn. Oh, we just talked about that on Rachel's live last night. Yeah, okay. I feel like I lean toward fall, but I love the sound of autumn. And I think you hear autumn enough times in the US, like in, I don't know, media or songs. Like, it doesn't sound weird to an American if you just said autumn, but I think fall is more common in any kind of like communication. Yeah. But I do love, oh, I love autumn. I love the word autumn. I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan, and if you know her song, not Autumn, it's called All Too Well, and one of her first, I don't know if it's like a verse, but it's set in autumn, and the lines of her song are autumn leaves falling down like pieces into place, and yeah, I think she's used the word autumn in multiple songs. I think she might use it in Marjorie too. Yeah, she does, because there's a line where she says, she's singing about her grandma, who's named Marjorie, and one of the lines is, "You love the autumn, you love the autumn skies so much," or something. So, I listen to a lot of Taylor Swift songs, and I've noticed that she uses autumn in her songwriting. Okay, I'm now behind on chat comments. Let's see. Yeah, Bookworm, I was listening in on Rachel's chat last night, and I heard that conversation come up about autumn. I wouldn't have thought of it as like a more British term, but I don't know. I like fall. That, I guess then my question to you is like in British English, would you say, or maybe not British English, but like non-American English, do people say fall? Like, is it weird to hear people say fall? Is my question. Look at her cooking skills. You both have the same way to make food delicious and not recognized. Okay, cool. I will check that channel out. Anytime I plan to do something with apples, I always decide to make apple cake at the last minute. Yeah. I mean, apple desserts are just so good. I love apple strudel, crumble, pie, anything where like you have the apples all together and then there's like a crumb or a pastry layer. I just love them so much. I prefer apple butter that has more apple taste, so not many spices are my personal preference. Okay, yes, I understand. I feel like apples on their own have so much good flavor. Apple cake is really good, but I haven't had apple cake in years at this point. I said I'm going to start using autumn. Okay. And it's my favorite season. I can't wait for all the pumpkin spices in cold weather, right? Oh my goodness. I'm waiting for the weather to actually cool off here in Minneapolis. It's still in the 80s, which I wish I knew the conversion to Celsius. I don't know what that would be, but it's still like pretty hot over here, like similar temperatures to the summer, and I'm like, oh, I'm ready for it to be like cool jacket weather, but you definitely can't wear a jacket in the current weather we have because you would just be like really, really sweaty. So we're still kind of in the summer zone in terms of temperature right now. I think Ed Sheeran has a song too called Autumn Leaves. Yeah, autumn is, I always loved the spelling of the word autumn, and it's like, I don't know. I think it sounds prettier than fall. And also too, in English, like fall can mean like I fall, like I fell down, or if someone, it's like an event that happened, like, oh, she had a really bad fall. So I like autumn because I think it's a little more unique. Like there's no confusing autumn with anything else. Oh, you're American. Okay. You use Fahrenheit too. Oh, cool. Okay, Colorado. Nice. Very cool. 80s here as well. Okay, that's so surprising. 80s to 90s would be 30s Celsius. Yeah, I need to just, I I feel like I should know the conversion at this point because I've used several recipes that have metric units where they say, oh, okay, you got to bake it at this temperature in Celsius, and then I have to convert to my oven. Like, my oven only has Fahrenheit. So, yes. Cooking with Johnny. Yeah, I will check that out. Love hearing about other creators doing food stuff, you know, what their specialty is, whether it's baking, cooking, using whole ingredients, using international ingredients. Speaking of international ingredients, I literally 2 days ago just ordered my first can or container of Marmite. I've heard about like so much about Marmite from British people and watching British shows, and I'm like, this is so strange. I don't understand this stuff, but it'll be fun to make food with it. I think the episode I'm filming next week has Marmite in it. Kundalini Yoga from NBA Youngboy. I don't know what that is. I like yoga, but I don't know Kundalini Yoga. Like if that's a style of yoga or if that's a studio or something. I've heard that in the children's movie Paddington. Oh. I never saw Paddington. I like the actors who are in Paddington though. Very, very cute. Remember, go easy on it, the smallest amount of Marmite. That's something I've heard many times. Like, do not overdo Marmite because it's just, the taste can be so off-putting. Live stream cooking vegan food. Yeah, I think that's something I would absolutely love to do, is to go live while cooking food. And I've done that in the past, but I feel like mobile is like a better format for live. So I think I'll do that in the future. The cool evenings are enjoyable this time of year. Yes, I totally agree. The weather during the day, at least recently, it's been just a bit too hot to be like outside for a long time. But evenings, like right now, I want to say it's like 6:15. No, it's 6:23 p.m. Wow. And right now, I mean, the sun is still out and it's like really good temperature. It's not super uncomfortable. Is it sweet? Yeah, it's from what I understand, it's like very savory and distinctive in flavor, so you don't want to be heavy-handed with the Marmites, or else it can just be like, oh my god, this is the only thing I'm tasting in this recipe. I think people put Marmite on toast, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of those things where I'm like, this doesn't sound that appealing. But again, I'm biased. I didn't grow up with it. I'd never heard of it until maybe a few months ago. And the ingredients don't really sound that great either. I think it's yeast based. It's a little mysterious to me, but honestly, there's so many things we have here in the United States that other country people would be like, oh my gosh, why would you ever eat that? It doesn't sound good at all. I know. I'm very curious to just, maybe I'll do like a short on Marmite, just to be like, hey, I'm an American, have never had Marmite before. This is my impression of it. I'm putting it on this food. Let's see what it tastes like. I'm so interested in what it'll be like using Marmites. Can't even imagine the taste then. Yeah, I'm trying to think what the recipe is that I'm using. Oh, actually, let me show you. My sister recently got me a cookbook for my birthday, and she got me this amazing anything you can cook, I can cook vegan, and just like quickly going through the recipe pages. I mean, it's so pretty. The pictures are super helpful. I love having really good visuals when I'm cooking because like I like kind of seeing what it should look like as I am cooking along. So I'm going to be making, let's see. I'm making this hash brown cottage pie for my next recipe episode. I even ordered like a new like oven safe cooking pot because I currently don't have any that I could safely put in my oven. So this recipe does call for some Marmite, 2 teaspoons of Marmite. So this is my very first opportunity to make a Marmite dish. And there's so much stuff going on in this recipe that I think the Marmite will help it taste more savory, but it won't be like, I won't risk having a super yeasty, salty flavor. I like it on toast. I think, yeah. After I make the cottage pie with the Marmite, I'm thinking of making toast and just putting the Marmite on toast to see what it tastes like. Kind of on its own, but with some bread too, so it's not too much. Garuda Legends, what do you claim as ethnicity? I am half Ethiopian and half European, like a mix of European stuff. So half and half. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, like I heard Brits don't really like peanut butter and jelly, but it was a common childhood staple. Yeah, I mean, I love peanut butter and jelly. I still eat it as an adult. It's such an easy, delicious food. Honestly, like it sounds so good for dinner, like today. I may just run to my grocery store and grab some bread and peanut butter and jelly because I have none of those things on hand. But I can see why it would be strange, especially peanut butter. I think foreign cultures think that peanut butter is a really strange, like, paste that we put on our sandwiches. But growing up in the US, I can't think of a single person who doesn't like peanut butter and jelly. It's so comforting. It's so tasty, so comforting. I just love it. Okay, Garuda Legend says, I can't eat Marmite. It's way too salty and makes the food taste bitter or butter. I'm going to be very, very careful. I mean, the cottage pie recipe that I'm making that I showed you with the Marmite, it's already a pretty salty recipe. It has lots of potatoes, it has lentils, it has, I think some spices in there. So I'm going to follow the recipe. There's 2 teaspoons of Marmite, so not a ton. And hopefully it won't be too crazy. And hey, I mean, it was just a little Marmite container. So if I really don't like it, I'm glad to at least try it and see what it's like. Because I do love trying foods from other places. I think I mentioned it before, but Marmite is a bit like Better Than Bouillon. Oh, that's a really helpful comparison because I have Better Than Bouillon. I used it all the time. And that is definitely the consistency and the look of what Marmite looks like to me. Like, I look at Marmite on videos and I'm like, that kind of looks like soup base that you would just scoop out and stir into hot water to make a soup base, like a bouillon. Cottage cheese is not vegan, correct? I'm going to try making persimmon butter. Whoa, very cool. I was just discussing persimmons with a friend of mine maybe 2 to 3 months ago because I think she has a persimmon tree. And I don't think I've ever had persimmon. I don't know where it's sold. I don't know where you can find it. But yeah, that's an ingredient. Actually, let me just write this stuff down because I feel like I'm going to forget this stuff. Persimmon, and then we were talking about something else too at the beginning of this chat, but I forgot. Persimmon. Yeah, I don't know where I would go to find persimmon. I agree with you, Seal Hinton. That sounds really, really tasty. I love peanut butter and jelly. The fact that other people don't like it was shocking, almost insulting. A really cute memory I have that involves peanut butter is my sister had some Swedish friends from college, and they just thought that peanut butter was so interesting, so weird, but like they really liked it. So as like an American gift to the Swedish friends, we as a family, because one of them was staying with us over the Christmas holidays, and we got her just like Skippy peanut butter and Reese's cups. She loved Reese's cups. I would say that my all-time favorite flavor combo is chocolate and peanut butter. Those two together are so, so good. There's a video on my channel I did of no-bake cookies, and they have chocolate, peanut butter, and coconut oil and oats, and that combo is forever my favorite. It's so delicious. Oh yeah, okay, thank you, C.L. Hinton. Yes. Cottage pie, not cottage cheese. Yeah. That's a good catch. Apple butter you wanted to make. Oh yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay. You guys are so helpful. Sometimes just like reading through all the chat comments, I'm just like, oh gosh, I already forgot what was said. Apple butter. Yes. Because I do have a phone note, but honestly, I'm hesitant to be clicking around on my phone because you guys saw me struggle earlier with like polling and finding the chat again. So I don't want to open up my phone note just in case I disrupt this live and lose you guys because I'm having a really fun time talking to you. Let's see. ST there and oh my gosh, I'm butchering your name. I'm so sorry. Can I have a shout out? Say STS the Therian cat. Hello. I'm shouting you out even though I just struggled big time with your username. I apologize. Your payment for your extended warranty. Oh gosh, don't we all love those phone calls from the extended warranty people? I don't think I've seen you Revolutions in here, so welcome. I like fresh food. People are diabetic because they eat too many refined carbs, soda, vegetable, and seed oils. I have listened to so many accomplished people who are either physicians, food scientists, biochemists, and they do talk about how we need to like look out for all of the processed added sugar in our food. I know that's an issue here in the United States. I mean, I really try my best to read nutrition labels and see how much sugar has been added, even to things like ketchup or like a savory sauce or these things that you're like, I don't think, they don't even taste sweet, but they have so much sugar in them. So I really try to watch my sugar intake. And you guys have seen me eat sugar on my channel. I make tons of dessert items. I love sweets, I'll admit that. But I do try to like keep it in moderation where I'm not just eating pounds of sugar, over the course of a week. So I try to enjoy and live my life, but also just be kind of mindful of everything I'm eating. I know someone with a persimmon tree and does not use the fruit. Yeah, I would say definitely take advantage of that. My friend who I was talking to who has the persimmon tree, she has like a beautiful garden. She literally grows like carrots, turnips, corn, squash, zucchini, tomatoes. I mean, she literally has this gorgeous garden of food. She like does not need to ever buy produce from her grocery store. And she was super excited about all the things that she's going to be making with her persimmon fruit from her tree. I think it's honestly so nice to have all this stuff at your home, either, if it's raspberry bushes or a tree with fruit or root veggies, or like my parents grow basil on their windowsill. It's really cool when you just have that stuff growing and you don't have to go out and buy it because you've been growing it yourself. So there's a good opportunity to go use the persimmon fruit if your friend isn't taking advantage, and they will let you. I was on here. I never post a message, just this once. Well, now twice. I say hit it, only view. Oh my gosh, well, Revolutions, it's fun to read your comments, and if you feel like commenting, feel free to comment. I mean, I know some people just watch and they don't want to interact, so feel free to chat or not chat based on what your preference is. But I love hearing from people who watch my content because it's just, I don't know, it's fun to like interact with people. I enjoy it. I love reading comments. I definitely need to cut back on processed foods and sugar. Yeah, oh my gosh. I'm like very, I will admit openly, I really love sweet stuff. I mean, I could, if I wasn't watching, if I wasn't trying to be like mindful of what I'm eating, I could just eat, I'm not even joking you, like a whole pack of Oreo cookies without a problem. And like growing up, like on Halloween, I remember wanting to eat the whole bag of candy once I got home with my sister and my friends, and we would like dump out our bags, and we'd have the Reese's cups and the Hershey bars and the Twizzlers and the dots and all of the stuff that you get on Halloween. And my mom, she'd be like, "No, you can't eat all of it. You actually have to like wait and you know, not eat all of your food not eat all of your candy at once." So, yeah, it's very tempting. I do have people I know, like friends or coworkers, and they're just like, "Yeah, I never really liked sweet stuff. I'm more of a salty person." And it's so hard for me to imagine not having that like tempting, like, oh my gosh, I could really eat a cookie right now. I could really eat a donut right now. Like, great example. I live in a community, like in my building, and they do a lot of events and they provide a lot of like entertainment and there's food, and every single Wednesday morning, it's very sweet of them that they do this. Every single Wednesday morning they do free donut Wednesdays. So you, if you go down to the main area, like the lobby area, they talk, or they don't talk, they literally have just like a buffet style like donuts everywhere, and it's just free for the people in the community to go and grab. And I'm like, oh my gosh, every Wednesday I'm like, I know that there's donuts down there for free, and they look so tempting, they sound so good, but I was like, I can't, personally, I'm like, I can't just go down there and eat donuts just because they're there. Like, I'm like, I want to like have a craving for a donut and not just go down because they happen to be there. So it's nice that they do that, but also I gotta be careful. You are in the Randall cycle lane. High fat, low carbs, and high fat. I would say I eat a lot of carbs just because I eat so many veggies. I eat a lot of potatoes, I eat a lot of carrots, I eat a lot of apples, I eat a lot of carbs in the form of like plants. Revolutions. Just know I'm always on here watching, LOL, when you don't see my post. I mean, that's great. There's no pressure to comment at all. I welcome comments. It's great to hear from people, but, you know, it's whatever you're feeling like. I definitely watch live streams, and sometimes I just watch and I don't comment, so totally fine. It's tempting. We have so much junk food here in America, from what I've heard, way more than people in other countries. Yeah, okay. I was shocked to hear this. I saw somewhere on YouTube, and I need to like verify this on the internet somewhere. But I heard that in Europe, they do not allow American bread to be sold as bread in European supermarkets because apparently there are a lot of things that are added to our grain and just ingredients put into the bread that Europeans are like, nope, this is like too processed and this just isn't bread. And I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, that's like really concerning to hear that they don't consider our bread to be proper bread. I do agree. I think there's a lot of junk food you got to watch out for in the US. It's so tasty, it's so tempting. Oh, I will admit this. It's just I do enjoy eating some unhealthy food, but I'm aware that it's unhealthy. So I do try to be smart. Yes, Oreos are so good. I know, right? It's like it's like concerning, but yes, it's kind of concerning to think how easy it would be for me to eat a whole package of Oreos. Like I would never do that, but I could eat so many of them at once because they are so delicious. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, with pizza, Garuda Legends. I love pizza. I can eat a ton of pizza if I'm hungry, but I try not to do that on a regular basis. Yep, Seal Hinton. One thing I try to do is like if I feel like eating something that's really sweet, like if I really want a piece of cake or if I want a donut or something, I will go to the supermarket or I'll go to the cafe or whatever, and I will just buy one serving. So I will buy like one slice of cake, one brownie. I mean, I make desserts for myself here, so that's more than one portion, but I really try to not have like tons of really unhealthy food just sitting around in my home because just knowing that it's sitting there, ugh, I would rather just do kind of one off, just little special splurges. Adi Ojha, GM, good morning. Okay, so I'm guessing it's morning where you're at. Good morning. It's evening where I'm at. It's like 6:41 p.m. already. Goodness, that is crazy. Good morning to you. It'll be morning here soon enough. I wish my complex did that. I would be down there bright and early. I have gone down bright and early because, I mean, some people have to get up so early for their work if they're nurses or they work for a company that starts at like 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. So I have gone down sometimes at like 9:30 or 10 after I've started working for the day, and sometimes the whole platter of donuts is like wiped out, and I'm like, whoa, like people must have been just coming through here and picking up donuts on their way to work. So I do think they tend to go pretty quickly, which in my case isn't necessarily a bad thing. Missing out on a donut, there are way worse things. Do you eat meat? Question from Markel Robinson. I currently don't eat meat. I am vegan, so I don't eat meat. However, for the first 18 years of my life, I had no like any kind of restrictions. So I ate every kind of like non-vegan item you can think of. I had eggs, I had cottage cheese, I had McDonald's, chicken nuggets, oh my gosh, Whoppers from Burger King, chicken tenders. Yeah, so currently no meat, but I ate meat all the way up until age 18. Garuda Legends, just like American cheese is not cheese. Yes, I remember hearing this too. That's a great point. I feel like, yeah, American cheese, I'll admit this too. I grew up eating like Kraft cheese, and when I think about the consistency of that cheese, I'm like, I don't think that was real cheese compared to like the sliced blocks of like Swiss cheese, cheddar cheese, Havarti cheese, pepper jack, like all the ones I can remember from childhood. The Kraft or like Velveeta cheeses were like they didn't seem like real cheese to me. Oh my gosh, cool. Adi, I want to say Oiha or Ojha. It's 5:11 in the morning for you. Good for you for your IT class. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's so early. I'm not a morning person. I tend to wake up, like 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. I tend to start work around 9, maybe a little earlier than that. But oh my gosh, that is so early. I hope you have a good class. Is your IT class like for a university degree? Or yeah, are you at like university or college? It's really cool. Rather handmade veggie burger than a fake Impossible Burger with that aggressive level of sodium. Yeah, that's one thing that I've noticed is like my mom, for example, she is sensitive about sodium intake. Like she really, her doctors have told her like to try to keep her sodium low. And whenever she's making, or she'll buy like vegan packaged items, either like a microwave meal or some kind of like meat alternative, she's like, oh my gosh, this is like way over my sodium intake. I just, I wouldn't be able to eat this because it just has way too much sodium, like way more than my doctors have said I should be eating. So I will say, like, if you're like sensitive to certain products, like there's a lot of soy things that are put in vegan stuff. There's a lot of sodium. Yeah. So I mean, I've said this before, like not every vegan product out there is perfect. And there's plenty of them, I would argue, are not healthy for you because they have a lot of added sugar, a lot of things that just, you'd be better off eating just a plate of vegetables or a fresh piece of salmon caught right out of the ocean or something like that. I used to eat Kraft cheese slices by themselves as a kid. I did that too. I remember we would have in our refrigerator at home when I was growing up, it was like a deli jar, or not a jar, a deli drawer. So like in the refrigerator, I would open the drawer to make a sandwich, and there were slices of Kraft cheese and slices of deli meat, and I'd be like, okay, I just need bread, and I would just stack the meat and the cheese on top of each other and make a sandwich. And I would sometimes just snack on the cheese slices because I thought they were so tasty. That was just me as a kid. One bite is already a sodium level intake. I know. It's oof. I personally, as far as I know, I don't have any like restriction. Like I have never been told like, oh, you should watch your sodium intake by like a physician or a dietitian or anyone like that. So I don't personally watch the sodium levels on certain things. It's not really something I check for when I read nutrition labels, but I do like salty food. So that's another thing where I'm just thinking to myself like, okay, like this is probably something that's wise to check for. Okay, Adi says, Indian Institutes of Technology for my computer science. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Best of luck with your class. I know you gotta go. Best of luck. That is so early. That very impressive. Computer science is like not my area of expertise. But thank you for joining, Adi. Great to have you here. All the way from India, too. So cool. I like miso soup as well. Yep, I have miso soup every time I go out to have sushi. I have miso soup first. Yeah, it is so tasty. They were so good back then. I got some Kraft cheese recently to make a grilled cheese sandwich, and it was the nastiest thing ever. Maybe the ingredients changed because... Yeah, honestly, I would say that I have not had Kraft cheese slices since I was 18. And I'm 31 now, so that's like a good chunk of time in the past. And thinking about what it was like back in, 2012. That's the year I decided to go vegan. Yeah, it's like it wasn't weird to me at the time because that's what I grew up eating. But thinking about it now, I think I would be grossed out. And I haven't ever, like, when I go grocery shopping now, of course, I don't go to the sections of the store with non-vegan stuff. Like, I never go to the egg section. I never go to the meat section. I don't go to the cheese section. It's very much like I just bypass everything I don't eat anymore. So I haven't actually looked at Kraft cheese in probably, like, what, 12, 14 years. It's been a long time since I've actually looked. This is why vegans need me. I can make vegan food as an omnivore. Yeah, I mean, I think it's like I've watched cooking shows and competitions before, and I will say that I think that vegan chefs, like, it can be a struggle when they're trying to cook like for more than just vegans, because they don't, like, for myself, I would really struggle if I was trying to cook for a friend and they wanted me to make chicken or something with cheese, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I have not made anything with these ingredients in so many years that I would really struggle. I think I would be very, very nervous to prepare meat for someone, and I happily would do that for my friends. It's like if they wanted to come over and they wanted to eat like a meat dish, I would just make part of it vegan so I could eat, and then I would make whatever they want. But I would just be like, oh my gosh, you need to be so careful with meat and make sure that it's cooked properly, cleaned properly, stored properly, all of that stuff. So yeah, I think it can be really tricky for vegan people to cook non-vegan stuff versus going the other way. If you cook everything, meat, dairy, eggs, etc., I think it's way easier to just be like, oh, I can make something vegan if I remove the egg from it, or I remove the cheese and I just use a substitute instead. Yeah. How do you make sure you get enough protein as a vegan? I'm tired of chicken and eggs. So I've actually thought about doing either a long form video about this or a short about this, because a lot of people ask, and it's a great question, like, where do you get your meat if you, or sorry, where do you get your protein if you don't eat meat? Because that, I mean, growing up, that was my main source of protein, that and eggs. So my main sources of protein are pea protein. That's in a lot of stuff these days. I love eating beans, like black beans, rice and beans at Chipotle. I eat tons of lentils. My dad's cuisine, my dad is from Ethiopia, and his cuisine, they use so many lentils. It's wild. They use red lentils, they use green lentils, yellow lentils, they use chickpeas. I love chickpeas. I love falafel. That's like a great like Middle Eastern dish. Like if you ever find yourself in Turkey or I'm trying to think like Jordan, you probably could find a falafel stand, or like you could find some kind of like shawarma shish kebab type of like place, and they would have falafel, which is basically ground up chickpeas and then they're put into a ball and they're fried. So it's like this little like ball of protein. Yes, it's fried, so there's quite a bit of oil, but I mean there are so many ways to get protein and still, you know, be like strong and healthy, and you know, but it is something you have to think about. I like nutritional yeast. That's another great protein source. Nuts for sure, like almonds. I eat cashews. Those are a good source of protein. B12, yes, that's a great point that you bring up. CL, that's one thing where I'm like, okay, I need to watch where I'm getting my B12 from, because something I learned, I feel like it was a very steep learning curve, because I literally jumped off the deep end diving board and went from eating everything to going vegan. And I was like, okay, so what can I eat now? Because there was like no transition period. I didn't like slowly, you know, cut out dairy and then meat and eggs. It was literally like overnight pretty much. I was like, okay, I want to go vegan, but what can I eat here? And B12 is something I remember hearing, like, you really should watch as a vegan. You got to be really good about getting your B12. And so I do eat, I should say, I take a multivitamin every day, and it does have a ton of B12 in it. And there's other foods too that are fortified with B12. For example, I think some breakfast cereals have B12 that they just like fortify like the cereal with B12, but I would say of all the things, I really make a point of paying attention to B12 because I don't want to be deficient in B12 or iron. That's another one if you're not like careful. When I cook something delicious, why vegans claim this when I cooked it without animal products. I think vegans need to have options. Are made by meat eaters. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to have options as a vegan. Otherwise, things, I personally think it can get so boring. Yeah, okay, that's like, I've had this on my mind, like on my to-do list forever, like doing a video where it's basically like where vegans get their protein. Like, what are good protein sources? Because when I first went vegan all the way back in 2012, that would have been one of the first videos I clicked on. It would have been so helpful for me to be like, oh, okay, you can eat beans, you can eat peanut butter, you can eat nuts, you can eat nutritional yeast, you can eat chickpeas, falafel, veggie burgers. I mean, even going around to all these places like at Chipotle, for example, I eat tons of protein when I go to Chipotle because they introduced the sofritas, which are basically, they've chopped up tofu and they've marinated it in a sauce that they would, you know, they'd marinate their chicken in. It's super flavorful. So I always get a sofritas bowl at Chipotle, and I get black beans as in like basically like double protein between the sofritas and the black beans. And then I get brown rice, tomatoes, guacamole. I think that might be it. It's pretty simple, but yeah. there's so many ways to get protein, but I think people really do get stuck when they are thinking of looking for non-meat protein. And it can be hard to find if you just don't know where to look or what foods contain. Like if you don't know that tofu is a good source of protein, you might just like skip over it and be like, well, what do I eat? I can make some epic vegetarian food. Nice. I mean, vegetarian food it's easier because it's not as restricted as vegan food. You can use cheeses, milk, eggs. And eggs, those are actually a really good source of protein, but vegans don't eat eggs. So that's not an option if you are pretty strict about being vegan. Do you think veganism helps with autoimmune issues? Great question, and I am totally not qualified to answer that. I'm not an expert. I don't have a license. I don't have a degree. It's something that I haven't studied. I would have to do research online and probably look for like a qualified person, like a dietitian or someone who like has the credentials to say whether or not veganism could help with autoimmune diseases or issues. I'd be curious to know the answer. So funny. I did the same immediate switch to vegan when I was 18 as well, and I didn't even have a... Oh wait, my thing skipped, and I didn't even know how to cook, LOL. Yeah, it's so funny. When I went vegan, I told my parents, it was my senior year of high school, and I just had done some reading and talked to a couple people I knew at school who were vegan, and I was just super interested to know the reasons why they went vegan. And so I like made up my mind, and I told my parents, and they had very different reactions. Like my dad, he grew up in a culture where for a good part of the year, you actually go into a religious fast where you completely cut out animal products. So he's like, oh yeah, like he was very unfazed by me wanting to go vegan because he's like, well, yeah, you would just eat lentils, you'd eat all this stuff in Ethiopian food that's vegan. Like that's fine. And I think my mom, she panicked because she grew up very like traditional American diet. She grew up with like dairy cows, traditional like meat is your protein, cheese, eggs. And so I think her concern was like, oh my gosh, like where are you going to get all your nutrition? Like you're not going to get enough protein by cutting out meat and dairy and eggs. So they were different in their reactions. But at this point, like they both know I'm vegan, and it works for me, and I enjoy it. And my sister is vegan for the most part too. And I will say, like, I'm flexible. Like I'm not 100% vegan. There's certain occasions where I can't eat meat anymore because I will get sick. But I can do like if it's like a baked good. Like my classic example is like if someone has baked a cake for me, or if they've brought a dessert item into the office and they want to share it with me, and I know that it's probably a scone is going to have like some butter in there or some egg in there, I'm like, you know what? This is fine. I enjoy desserts. So a joke that I sometimes say to people is like, occasionally for dessert, I'm vegetarian, not vegan. So I do have a little bit of flexibility. I actually don't cook with onions. Oh, okay, interesting. I love cooking with onions personally. Me too. Okay, Wendy, I had the same reaction as you did. I would miss them in my food. I love onions so much. They're very versatile. I'm actually going to be chopping up an onion for cooking either later tonight or tomorrow. Also, sorry, I realized like the sun is going down in my area because it's evening. So if it looks like it's a little bit darker, that's why. Sadly, I hate onions as a kid, and though oh, interesting. Oh no. I mean, yeah, if you're having that bad of a reaction to onions or any food, I wouldn't eat it either. That's pretty severe. I appreciate the honesty. I like when people don't know the answer and just say, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's so much stuff you could look up online. I bet there's like studies. I'm sure there's like professors and people with PhDs who are like experts in how certain foods and diets impact health conditions, like autoimmune conditions, and I don't know. It's so fascinating. There's so much you can read out there. I'd be curious to know. Garuda legend. My mom allowed me to be vegetarian. I can't do it again. I need to eat meat, citrus, fish, and honey. Yeah, I mean, like, if that's what you want to eat, go for it by all means. I'm not here to tell you what to eat and what not to eat. I like sharing the food that I personally like to eat. That's why I share the food that I do. Tony Walla West 7. Hello. Hi. I think you're new here, unless you're, there was another person in the chat who said that they've watched my content, but they only were commenting for the first time here. So welcome, Tony. Love to have you here. Love seeing chats from people whose usernames I don't recognize. Garuda Legends, are you a goddess? Not that I know of, no. Just a person here living in Minnesota who loves to share vegan food and running content. Bookworm, yep, I'm going to research it and I'll let you know what I find. Yeah, and the thing is I've watched content creators pull up like studies like, oh, this is what I found about this. This is what I found about this. So I think it'd be fun to share what I'm able to find as far as like different foods and different diets and how they affect health conditions. Minnesota mob. Minnesota mob. I guess some people could call us a mob. I love it here in Minnesota. I really do. You have to be able to tolerate cold weather. That's one thing I'll say. Like if you're used to like the beach, warm weather, sun all the time, I think you would really have a tough time in Minnesota because so much of our year, like sometimes it's like half of the year is like cold and there's snow on the ground. And like we don't have sun all the time in the winter. Some days it is sunny, but it's really cold. But I do miss the sun in the winter time because we don't have it as much as we have it in the summer. At least I don't see the sun as often. When I'm on my road trip, if I roll through Minnesota, are there great Ethiopian spots there that you recommend? Totally. My family has our favorite Ethiopian spot. It's called Bole, Bole. It's in St. Paul, which is the capital of Minnesota, and it's right next to Minneapolis. They're like next door neighbors, Minneapolis and St. Paul. So if you come through Minnesota, and you are in the metro area, like Minneapolis and St. Paul, I would say go to Bole in St. Paul. It's like hands down my family's favorite spot. The food is so dang good. I love it. You a vegan? Would you date a man who eats meat or only date vegan men? I don't know. I'm kind of neutral on that as of now. I wonder if Minnesota is colder than Colorado. I've wondered that too, because in Colorado, I mean, you have like the mountains, and I would imagine in that area it could get really, really cold. In Minnesota, like, I don't really think we have like higher areas. I don't know if we have any mountains in Minnesota. Certainly not in this area. So like Minneapolis is in like the southern part of the state. Fun fact about Minnesota, I did not know this until a few years ago, but we actually have bison in Minnesota. We also have cacti in Minnesota. Wild. Didn't know this. But as you get up north, so Minnesota borders Canada. I don't know if everyone knows that. So as you go north toward Canada, it definitely gets colder. There's more snow. The snow lasts longer, sometimes into May and June. So the summer can have kind of a delayed start if you live way, way, way up by Canada. It's more severe. But I personally love the winter. It's so beautiful. I love it as kind of a reset of the year. I love having New Year in January when it's like really cold. Yeah. I love it, but I know that winter is not for everyone. And there's lots of people out there who really, really don't like winter, like all the winter stuff. I am a trucker. Minnesota goes around -0 degrees in temperature. I can't speak for Colorado, but having lived here so many years, oh my lordy, it is like there are some very, very brutal periods, like minus double digits. I've taken screenshots of like the very, very severe winter episodes we've had here where it's basically like do not leave your house unless you have like wrapped your face and you have no skin exposed, because there are times where it gets so cold here where if you go outside and you have exposed skin, like if if your eyes are open to the air or your fingers are without mittens or gloves, like you can get frostbite in minutes. It's just those periods aren't fun because I still like to get outside and be active in the winter. So I really don't like being stuck indoors. That drives me nuts. I love getting all that stuff. So yeah, it's rough in those few days of winter where it's actually too cold to go outside. I-70 is just dangerous to drive with the snow. I'm terrible with roads, fun fact. But I totally believe that it's like, yeah, it can be really stressful. I mean, I've driven in the snow and black ice, which is like when ice freezes over the black pavement or the tar on the road and you can't see it, like it's just clear. I've been in a vehicle once where the driver, I mean, we didn't get into an accident, but we lost control for a little bit, and I was like, this is so scary because we couldn't see the ice on the road. So you have to be very careful. May/June snow, absolutely not. I'd move expeditiously. I know. I wouldn't say we're a warm place. We probably just aren't as cold as Minnesota. Yeah, I've been to Colorado a couple of times. It was, to be fair, it was in the warmer part of the year, so I don't have any experience with how cold it can get in Colorado. Freezing point is 31 °F. Yeah, I mean, it's like anything less than that is, I mean, I don't mind the 20s, like 20 degrees, but yeah, it's rough. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat the winter. I think most of the time, anytime I've felt uncomfortable in the winter, it was my fault because I just didn't dress in enough layers to be comfortable. But it is like it can be a hassle for sure. Like shoveling the snow, driving takes longer because you have to drive so much slower. Road closures, sometimes the snow, they just haven't, like the city doesn't get around in time to plow everything. Snow blizzards, visibility can make it really, really dangerous to drive, where you have to go like 2 miles per hour. You have to go so slow and just be really, really careful. Jessie, hi gorgeous Hannah. Hello Jessie, thank you. How are you? I'm doing great. This is my first ever mobile live, and in my previous lives, I was always cooking stuff, but for this one, I just was like, I'm gonna set up my phone and just like, I've been doing some laundry folding, just hanging out, drinking some coffee. It's decaf. It's late here, so I don't drink caffeine late in the day, or else I'll just be super not sleepy. But welcome here, Jessie. Love to see you in the chat. Super fun. CL says, I skidded on black ice. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. That's one thing you mentioned, using the buses in Wisconsin. And I would say here in Minneapolis, the public transit is so good. Like they do not leave you stranded in the winter. Those buses, they still drive through the snow, they drive on the ice. So having Metro Transit is great for a backup. Like if your car, another thing too, if you leave your car outside and it's like 30 below, your car probably isn't gonna start in the morning because the cold is just so tough on the engine and all the parts of your car. So I often take the bus to get around because it's just, at least someone else is driving too, and it's a very large vehicle. So if you get into an accident, you know, just being in the bigger vehicle feels like less dangerous if there's a collision because it's just so big that it's probably not going to have a huge impact on the bus. So yeah, having public transit is a great option if you're nervous about driving in the wintertime. If you fall asleep in a blizzard hits, you will get clapped. Yeah, I mean, not ideal blizzard weather. Listen, you are right where you belong. The fact that you said you don't mind 20s. Yep. Me, on the other hand, I want to be in Florida or Arizona. Yeah. I mean, I know people like that where they're like, why would you spend 6 months of the year in winter with snow? Like, that just sounds like when you could have a whole year of beautiful sunny weather in Florida or Arizona. I personally love the change of season. And even though wintertime can be a hassle, I love the change in scenery. I love having snow on the ground. I do like colder temperatures. I find them really refreshing, but some people would be like, this is so unpleasant. Get me out of here. I said happy birthday to you when you went to your sister's. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, that's so funny. I love that. Thank you, Jessie. I didn't catch all of the comments in that live stream that my sister had on my birthday, but thank you very belatedly for wishing me happy birthday in my sister's chat. Now I'm back in the South. Snow who? Yeah, not a lot of snow going on. You are wife goals. Thank you. Lucky CL. I grew up in Georgia, so snow was not a thing. I love driving in snow and snowmobiling. Very cool. Yeah, I've never gone snowmobiling. I think my sister has gone snowmobiling and she really liked it. It looks super, super fun. I do like snow time activities. I really like skiing. I've never gone snowboarding, but would love to learn. I love snowshoeing. Honestly, just trudging around in the snow is kind of fun. I think it's fun. Some people don't. I try to walk on snow, but my legs slide. Yeah, you gotta be careful walking around on the snow. Yes, I love the variety of the seasons. I love the change. Like, there's always a new season to look forward to. Like, right now, we're in fall, although we still have warm temperatures, so it still kind of feels like summer here, but I absolutely love the change of seasons. I love the cold, too. Yeah, I mean, it's just... Yep, ice fishing. I've gone ice fishing like twice in my life. I don't fish. I mean, I don't eat fish and I don't ever go fishing. But I was at a party that was out on a frozen lake in February, and one of the people had just pitched their ice fishing huts on the lake and had drilled a hole into the ice, and people were fishing, and I was like, oh, I've never gone ice fishing before. And the guy who had the equipment, he's like, well, do you wanna try? And so he handed me the fishing rod, and I just stood there with the fishing pole. And I mean, nothing happened. I didn't catch anything, but it was like, okay, I can say that I've gone ice fishing now. This is crunching leaves as I walk, run. Yes. I'm trying to figure out a place where it's always fall-like temperatures. That's where I belong. Not too hot, not too cold. Anyone know that place? Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know. Because I feel like anywhere where you're going to get fall cool temperatures, you're probably going to get either hot weather or cold weather. I don't know. I feel like you're just going to get a range. That's what makes fall so special, honestly, is like it's so fleeting because it's, you know, you have summer and then it gets colder, but you're basically transitioning to winter. Yeah, maybe Montana. Do you like female empowerment shows or movies? I would say I happen to like things that have female empowerment, but it's not something, like, I don't search for shows based on female empowerment. It's probably just like, oh, I like this genre, I like this drama, I like this actor. So I think I've happened to like things that have female empowerment themes in them. Yeah, right? I know. I feel the same way. Totally. Oh my gosh, you guys, I've been on here now for over 2 hours. I'm getting very hungry because I haven't had dinner. I have a little bit over here that I could eat, but um, I think I'm actually going to end this live. This went longer than I planned, but in a good way. This is really fun. For my first mobile live, I feel like I was worried that my Android, my very old Android, was gonna like glitch out and not do well. But I just got a little battery warning from my Android. I'm at 10% battery and it's quickly dropping. So I am going to, sorry, I'm like messing with my camera settings, but I am going to end this live. I think I'll go live tomorrow though. This was super, super fun and I'm loving the mobile format. So I'm gonna hop off, grab some food. I'm feeling a little like, oof, I'm definitely running on empty. So let me catch these last few comments. Good talking to you and everyone. Have a great night. Yes, have a great night, everyone. I agree. You live in Miami. Well, enjoy Miami, Gerudo Legends. Hope it's a good night for you. Yeah, really fun talking to you, Wendy. I loved seeing your comments come through. And CL, great to have you here too. Yeah, this was a really fun evening live. I'm happy with everyone who joined. So I will be on live probably tomorrow, and then I'll try to do lives consistently throughout the week as well, like maybe Monday nights, Tuesday night, Friday night. We'll see. Still working it out. I'm new to the live game, but it was great having you all here. Thank you so much, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.